This is UFC's featherweight champion by 2025. I think I'm just going to get straight to the point. I think it's going to be Ilya Topuria, but I will also mention a couple of fighters that I think can potentially also have a good opportunity to become the champion by the end of 2025. And for those of you saying, "Man, we're like halfway through the year already," I don't care. Get out of here then. The reason why I think Ilya Topuria is gonna be the champion mainly comes down to the fact I think he's fighting one more time, and I think it's gonna be against Max Holloway. And regardless of who he fights, though, right now I don't think anybody beats Ilya Topuria. So I'm just gonna talk about the other two fighters who I think have a chance against him. Although I'm picking Ilya Topuria. I think he has, I don't know, like a solid 80 to 90% chance of keeping the belt. Yeah, let's talk about the second guy who has the second highest likelihood of becoming the champion for featherweight by 2025. That is Max Holloway, of course. Everybody wants to see this fight. Max Holloway wants the fight. Ilya Topuria does not want the fight, but he's not like an ultra mega star to be. He's it's not up to him. It's up to the UFC, and the reason he's at number 2 though and not number 1, even though I believe he's gonna be fighting Topuria next this year, it is because I just don't think he's gonna beat Ilya Topuria. People say that Max Holloway has a good style to beat Ilya, but when I looked at the fight between Ilya and Volkanovski, Ilya Topuria was better than Volkanovski in just about everywhere. Maybe Volkanovski had a little. He definitely did just have better footwork, but it wasn't like. It's not like Topuria has shitty footwork. He still has some good footwork. And we're talking about a guy who beat Max Holloway 3 times based off of his technique, his speed, and honestly, probably his build, And Topuria is a very similar build. Defensively, he might even be better than Volkanovski. He's definitely way more powerful than Volkanovski, so he has way more chances of hurting Max Holloway. And, we saw when Alex Volkanovski fought Topuria, their IQ levels were pretty similar. He's a very smart fighter. So is Max Holloway. It's just, I think Max Holloway is going to be lacking in the speed. He struggles with the shorter fighters, only Volkanovski, honestly, but he struggles with him, He clearly struggles with his frame and everything about him. And Topuria is a very similar frame who also has speed, but he has power. Volkanovski, in the third fight, he pieced them up with the hands. Max Holloway, I understand Max Holloway had a cut in his eye from the first round. But if you're being outboxed by Topuria just outboxed Volkanovski, and I think Topuria would have his way in the boxing against Max Holloway as well. And that just comes down to the fact that if Max Holloway, his stand-up wasn't able to beat Volkanovski's, he's going to be fighting a very similar type of opponent, very defensively sound, also like Volkanovski. It's just a bad matchup, I think, for Max Holloway. But, he is a dog. It's not like, I don't think he's going to get blown out of the water. I think he'll still have moments. I think it'll be more like the second fight between Volkanovski and Max. If Topuria were to fight him. Minus Topuria being dropped. I don't think he'll get dropped. And sorry if you heard that. That's my dog playing with the toy. On to the last one. I call this the dark horse. Holy shit. And it's going to be Brian Ortega. He's here at number 3 mainly because Topuria mentioned him, saying he wanted to fight Brian Ortega. He's not going to fight Brian Ortega, though, unless Topuria's next opponent falls out, whether it's Volkanovski or Max Holloway. Like, I think it'll be Max Holloway. But let's say he were to pull out for some reason. Brian Ortega definitely is going to be the runner-up. I think he has no chance against either Max Holloway or Topuria if, like, they still wanted to make, like, an interim belt between Holloway and Ortega. Assuming, I mean, this is assuming. I just don't think Volkanovski's going to be getting the title shot next. At least not this year. And if he does, I mean, good for him. But I think he should. I'm not hoping he doesn't even come back. Or if he does come back, it's not against Topuria. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say though. Not much. I think Topuria dominantly is gonna win this year, and I'm only giving him one fight. I don't think he's gonna fight more than one more time this year. So let me know what you guys think. Is there somebody else? I'm pretty sure most people are gonna be thinking the same thing, that it's either Topuria or Max. I don't know if maybe besides like the Volk fangirls, I don't think anybody else is thinking Volkanovski is gonna beat Topuria ever. So yeah, peace.